Good evening, everyone. It's Jeanette Morton, brand ambassador for the JD Farms Turkey Farm and Bistro and Gourmet Food Products. I'm so excited to come to you tonight because tonight I'm making one of my favorite meals that is super quick, super healthful because it's a lot of vegetables that are going in with the Mediterranean sausages. It all goes into one pan. It cooks really quickly. I just love this meal because basically you can use what you have in the fridge, though you kind of want to stay with those Mediterranean inspired vegetables when you have them. So tonight, I'm going to call this a Mediterranean sausage skillet supper. Say that 3 times fast. Using the JD Farms turkey sausage that is the Mediterranean. And you might be able to see there's really beautiful spices in these sausages. I've got a bounty of vegetables. I've got a small zucchini, some little red peppers. I've got my eggplant. I've got a little bit of cabbage, some onion, that Mondo seasoning that has just all the flavors in it that I just love, that'll work perfectly with this. A little garlic, some chili flakes, salt and pepper. And then just kind of for fun, for a bit of a fresh tang on top of this, I have some some olives that are stuffed with garlic. So I'm going to take out a couple of those and slice those up in the top. Kind of have that wake of flavor after this is done. And then JD Farms also sells the Fermenta for Health fresh sauerkraut. And this is the spicy jalapeno one. Just going to put a little bit on the top when this is done as well. So let's get cooking. And I have a little secret ingredient. Are you guys anchovy lovers or not? Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up or a I love or throw up some hearts. In a lot of cooking, anchovy kind of puts what's called an umami flavor or big earthier flavor. And I tend in my Mediterranean cooking, when I'm making a sauce, I will put in a little titch of anchovy in at the beginning, cook it out, it disappears in. It just kind of gives that unique salty flavor in the back. I really like it. So this is the easiest way for you to keep it. If you get the can, you almost committed to using the whole can. But this is the easiest way. It's just a little tube of anchovy. So we're going to get some of these ingredients into the pan. And then we're going to go over to the pan cam. Got my heat set. I'm just going to use one of these sausages because I take a look and I've got quite a bit of vegetables. Oh, and I forgot. I have about 400 grams cooked of a sourdough pasta as well. It's going to go in here. So you see it's got everything. I'm going to take one of these sausages and cut it up. And you'll see on my board, I'll tilt the board down. This is something called the double board method, which is so important when you are using raw meat. You want to have a dedicated knife for raw. You want to have a dedicated cutting board and a towel underneath just in case it catches some juices. So I'm going to cut these sausages in little tiny chunky pieces so that way they're going to cook nice and fast. I defrosted these. You could kind of have to frost them. They probably cut a little easier if they weren't fresh. This knife goes that way. Little titch of, I have some organic olive oil. Not much, maybe a teaspoon. Because I want to get a bit of a crispy element on the sausages immediately. Can you hear that sizzle? Okay, and away that goes. Immediately in the laundry. Okay, so now I have a fresh knife. And I want to put the eggplant in now with the meat because eggplant can be bitter, and unless you salt it ahead of time, I want to kind of pull out the bitterness and get a bit of a char on this. So I'm going to take probably half the size of my finger, just one slice. Going to get it into my pan so it can start cooking. I'm going to layer. All of a sudden I got a feeling I want to do some deconstruction of this dish. Okay, so that's in there. My frying pan is at about 325. And so let's cut some vegetables. The red pepper on an angle. And when you're doing a skillet supper like this one, you want to think about the density of your vegetables is how it's going to go into the pan. So a red pepper is pretty soft, so it needs to go in near the end. A zucchini, again, is a soft, let's call it a fleshed vegetable. It's going to cook pretty quickly. So I'm only going to use, because I'm a single girl cooking from my own house out here in South Langley, I just need a little piece, probably 2 inches. And because I want interesting colors and textures and shapes, I'm going to do little coins, about thickness of a loonie. If you're in Canada, you know what a loonie is. I'll tilt my camera just a little bit more. Okay, perfect. And I've got a yellow cooking onion, using only 1/4 of it. I'm going to see if I can't show you my magic trick on how easily to clean an onion. You quarter it, take the end, that's the top, put your knife down, hold on. Oh, it didn't work. Normally I can peel it back. Oh well, no magic trick tonight. And I want similar slices and shapes that I've done my red pepper. See all the vegetables that are growing in here? This is awesome. Okay, I've got a little 1/4 of a cabbage. Again, these are all kind of about the same, say, softness when they're fresh. Take out that core. Slicing this down. About the same. So, good little stack of veg there. Okay, let's come over to the pan cam, because the rest of this is all about the pan right now. Okay, hopefully you can see I've got that, the sausages in there, starting to get some color on them. They're not going to take very long to cook. Got that. Let me turn my heat up just another little smidge. Oh, the sausages are smelling incredible. Okay. Got them moved over. Yeah, you can see how the eggplant is starting to cook and soften. That's what I want. Okay. I'm going to move these over to the side here. Add just a little drip more of the olive oil in here. Not much. I just need to wake up that flavor of the anchovy when it wants to come out of my tube. Did this the other night. There we go. So maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's all. That's all. So, and I've got about half a teaspoon of that Mondo seasoning on top. You'll see that I'm waking up those flavors. Little stir, and I've got that garlic. Just blending all those flavors in there. Okay. Throw my veg in. Oh, gotta tell you, that Mondo seasoning smells delicious. You see, I'm kind of keeping everybody a little segregated because I want to watch and make sure those sausages get cooked all the way through. It's not going to take very long at all. Watching that piece of eggplant. Going to give a little chili flake because I like it a little spicy. Nice big grating of pepper. Just a titch of salt, not much, because remember the anchovy is pretty salty, but this just helps to bring out some of the moisture in the vegetables. Okay, I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit more. Yeah. Well, the eggplant is cooking really nicely. It's getting nice and soft. I want to add, you know what, for fun and flavor, why use water when the juice from the olives is going to add a layer of flavor in here? Now I can move the sausage around in with those vegetables. Oh, I can smell that olive. Cooking that around. I'm going to say probably another little minute. Turn that eggplant. Oh, look at the eggplant, how it's nicely wilting and cooking out. As you can see, this is a very, I would call very fresh, crunchy dinner. You're not cooking the vegetables for a very long time. This is actually probably enough for two. We'll see. I'm going to throw in my pasta because I want to get the pasta with the flavors as well. You know what? One second, I'm going to take that piece of eggplant out and give it a chop now. That's the beautiful part when you're cooking. You can decide on the fly. Yeah, we're about 1 more minute. I like my vegetables crunchy. And see the little pieces in that? This is called the fond in cooking. There's a lot of flavor in there. So I'm going to deglaze the pan with a little bit more of that pickle juice, or the olive juice. Okay. So let's build our plate. It's done. Okay, coming back over here. How's everybody doing tonight? Where are you from? Let me know. Just going to reuse my bowl that I had my cooked, cooled pasta in. Oh no, this is enough for one. Getting all that good stuff into my bowl. I'm gonna have to clean up my bowl because I made a bit of a mess. Let's turn off my frying pan. Okay. Clean up my dish. Because even though it's for me, I want to make it look good. Okay. So let's garnish this now with a little bit of that freshness of the, oh, this stuff is so good. The spicy jalapeno and kraut. So just a little bit on top. Just kind of dig into that fresh cold with the hot and the chili pepper. Okay. And let me grab a couple of olives for garnish. There we go. A little bit. It's almost like a warm Greek salad. Okay. Clean up my bowl a little bit more. And I have some white balsamic vinegar that I get locally. This one's from the Olive Junction. A little drizzle of white balsamic. And there we have. There we have our Mediterranean sausage skillet supper. Nice and easy. A lot of vegetables in there. Some beautiful sourdough pasta. The Mediterranean turkey sausages in there. A really good bowl of health. So bring the camera back up to me a little bit. So Jeanette Martin, brand ambassador for JD Farms Gourmet Turkey Products. So enjoy you coming along live as I create these incredible recipes from items from my pantry, my fridge, my freezer, and with the incredible products from JD Farms. So this was the sausages. From my home to your home, God bless. From JD Farm family and all their associates and their employees and the people that are in the farm, we thank you so much for coming along. We want you to be safe. We want you to be eating healthful food. We want you around snuggled into your homes and staying safe, because we want you around for generations to come, because you mean a lot to us and you are part of our family every time you eat a little bit of our turkey. Enjoy the night, everybody. If you want to make this recipe, if you need ingredient lists, just put it into the comments. I'd love to give you the recipes. Enjoy the night, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.